Before the theft, the Mona Lisa wasn't even that famous. Surprising, right? But what made this seemingly simple painting become the world's most iconic masterpiece? Some say the mysterious figure isn't even a woman, but Leonardo da Vinci himself. And did you know the Mona Lisa wasn't painted on canvas or paper? Instead, da Vinci used a wooden panel, adding to its uniqueness. Leonardo was obsessed with perfecting her smile. He dissected dead bodies and studied facial muscles late into the night, even spending time in hospitals to understand how emotions show on a face. That's why her smile seems to change depending on where you look, and why your brain feels like she's smiling even when you're not looking directly at her. It's all thanks to da Vinci's deep study of light and how it spreads on our retina, creating a subtle, captivating illusion. And behind that enigmatic smile lies a poignant story. Lisa, the woman believed to be the subject, had lost her daughter just 3 years before the portrait was painted. Today, the Mona Lisa is valued at nearly $1 billion, but its journey to fame was anything but straightforward, especially after it was stolen from the Louvre in 1911, kicking off a worldwide manhunt that would only add to the legend. Let's unravel the mystery, the secrets, and the incredible story behind the Mona Lisa. The Mona Lisa was painted in 1503 by the extraordinary Leonardo da Vinci, a true Renaissance genius. Not only was he a master painter, but also an engineer, scientist, architect, and inventor. His knowledge spanned anatomy, optics, geology, and much more, which he poured into his art to make it truly revolutionary. But who exactly is the woman in the painting? Most historians agree she was Lisa Gherardini, a merchant's wife from Florence. Yet her true identity has fascinated people for centuries. Some even speculate that Leonardo painted himself in disguise, though that remains a fringe theory. So why is the Mona Lisa so famous? It wasn't always. Before the 1911 theft, the painting hung quietly, uncelebrated in a shared gallery space at the Louvre. It was the heist itself that turned the Mona Lisa into a global sensation. The public was captivated by the idea that someone had stolen one of the world's greatest artworks, sparking endless headlines, conspiracy theories, and admiration. Leonardo's genius shines most in the painting's technique. The Mona Lisa isn't painted on canvas or paper. It's painted on a thin wooden poplar panel, which adds to its delicate beauty and rarity. Da Vinci applied a technique called sfumato, using thin layers of paint to create soft, smoky transitions between light and shadow. This gave the painting its lifelike, almost ethereal quality. Leonardo was obsessed with anatomy and light. He famously dissected human bodies to understand muscles and bones, which helped him capture subtle expressions. He spent nights in hospitals studying facial muscles and the way emotions reveal themselves, all to perfect the Mona Lisa's enigmatic smile. That smile has puzzled viewers for centuries because it seems to change depending on where you look. This is due to how Da Vinci studied the way light scatters on the retina, our eye's light-sensitive surface. The effect tricks our brain into perceiving movement or shifting emotions, making the smile appear both elusive and alive. Behind this smile is a deeply human story. Lisa Gherardini had lost her daughter just 3 years before Leonardo began painting her portrait. Some experts believe the sadness and resilience of a grieving mother are subtly reflected in the painting's mood and expression. Now let's rewind to that fateful day in 1911. It was a Monday morning in Paris, and the Louvre was busy as usual. But overnight, 3 men, including a handyman named Vincenzo Peruggia, had secretly stayed inside. Disguised in a white employee uniform, Peruggia had carefully dismantled the protective case and removed the Mona Lisa from its frame. With the painting wrapped in a white sheet, he slipped out, just as a plumber helped him open the locked door, mistaking him for a fellow worker. Perugia then disappeared into the streets of Paris, carrying the priceless masterpiece under his arm. What's shocking is that it took the Louvre staff almost 28 hours to realize the Mona Lisa was missing. At that time, the painting wasn't guarded with the intense security we expect today. No glass case, no high-tech alarms, just a few pins holding it to the wall. The theft sent shockwaves around the world. The French police launched a massive investigation, closing borders and offering a reward equivalent to millions today. Yet, the Mona Lisa remained missing. Suspicions fell on famous artists like Pablo Picasso, who was briefly arrested but cleared. Even wealthy art collectors like J.P. Morgan were investigated, as rumors spread that the painting had been smuggled to America. But the Mona Lisa had never left Paris. For 2 years, the painting's whereabouts remained a mystery. The thief, Perugia, had hidden it in a trunk with a false bottom in his Paris apartment, just 2 miles from the Louvre. His fingerprints were in police files, but a mismatch in which hand left the print kept him off the suspect list. Eventually, Perugia grew impatient and sent an anonymous letter to an art dealer in Florence, Italy, the city where Leonardo painted the Mona Lisa. In the letter, he said he wanted to return the painting, claiming it belonged to Italy and should be brought home. When the dealer met Perugia, the Mona Lisa was revealed. Though Perugia was arrested and spent only 7 months in prison, the painting's safe return boosted its fame even more. But the story doesn't end there. Decades later, a writer named Carl Decker uncovered a bigger plot. Behind the scenes, an art forgery expert named Eduardo de Valfiero had masterminded the theft. His plan was to create 6 perfect copies of the Mona Lisa to sell to rich millionaires in America, using the real painting's disappearance to make the copies more valuable. This clever scheme allowed the thieves to make nearly $90 million in today's value by selling fakes to unsuspecting buyers. So what makes the Mona Lisa priceless? Beyond its artistic mastery and mysterious smile, it's the story of genius, intrigue, loss, and a heist that captured the world's imagination. Today, it hangs safely behind bulletproof glass in the Louvre, drawing millions who want to glimpse the smile that has fascinated humanity for over 500 years. If this story made you feel something, curiosity, awe, or even wonder,
we've only just begun!
Because history isn't over. It's hiding in forgotten vaults, buried letters, stolen portraits, and silent smiles. So, if you're ready to uncover the secrets the world has forgotten, subscribe now, because the next story might just be even stranger and wiser than this one.